Analysts at PFI Capital anticipate buyer interest to persist on increased market liquidity occasioned by investor-friendly policies of the government. Ademola Adesokan, the CEO at PFI Capital, joins me now for more on the equities markets. Thank you, Ademola, for taking the time out to join us today.
Thank you, Esther, for having me.
Well, let's get right to it. This has been a rally that, of course, the market did not anticipate, but it's happened, and we're year-to-date currently around about 20%. Now, for this week's top gainers, according to your note, we've seen the likes of Charms, Sterling, Eterna topping the table. I'm just curious about the company Charms. Talk to us about what the appeal is, fundamentals that we should be aware of, etc.
Okay. Charms, as you know, is a blue chip company that, of course, is offering a lot of services that are powering the banking sector and the oil and gas as well. And of course, you know how technology is a major driver of today's economy. And right now, they are that company, the local and indigenous company, that is ensuring that those transactions, those processes that work in those organizations are going on. I guess there's increased demand for their services and their solutions, and this is helping that business to, stay afloat, and then they're doing that. And I think that is one thing that is really, affecting their stock at the moment, and then that's doing good. And I see that happening for the next couple of weeks.
Talk to us about your top stocks on your radar at the moment. Talk to us about their fundamentals, why, and if you have, I suppose that would be you have a buy decision on them, but talk to us about their fundamentals.
Well, for now, no one can fault the rise in the banking stocks and the oil and gas as well. So I'll put my stakes on the Access Corp, UBA, FBN Holdings with a very wonderful performance in the market yesterday. So for now, just as it is, that's very lucrative at the moment, and that is looking very good. Corn oil is also doing very well. I think they topped the market sales yesterday, and then that was also fantastic for them. And for now, the banking stocks, the oil and gas, every other sector is still coming right behind them, and that's just the way to go right now.
Now,
the best stock of interest on it.
Just looking at the oil and gas index, up significantly so far this year, over 60%. Talk to us about how investors feel about players in that sector. And I suppose, yes, even though the entire sector has returned over 60%, there's probably still cherry picking. Talk to us about that.
Well, now everyone is looking at the sectors that are going to reach out to a large consumer blind, which is going to be the sustainability of that particular company. And of course, you want to put your stake in the companies that are doing volume. In this part, you are going to want to measure volume and value, and that's going to be the yardstick that will differentiate in the oil sector as well.
All right. Talk to us about the insurance sector. We know that the regulator did try to clean up, a while ago, clean up the sector, trying to ensure that it's well capitalized. But talk to us about the players, front runners, and investors particularly interested in.
Yes, in the insurance sector, we should be looking at Coronation, Lasaco, and then Consolidated Hallmark. These companies are putting their weight behind their activities, and I think for now they're doing so well. The performance is an enlightenment in the market, and that is something to actually look at.
Are you tracking the return, if that's the case, of foreign portfolio investors into the country? We know that in the last couple of years we did see an exodus, and local investors thankfully were able to hold the market up. But are you tracking the return of this category of investors?
Well, for now, I think the foreign investors are going to take a cue from what we have from our end here at the local investors. Now we have our local investment on an all-time high, about 90%. So I'm sure that which is our local investors taking positions. But if you want to look at that direction, I'm sure that they would also want to consider where the local investors are looking at, which is where they are taking these positions from. And once they're that, I'm sure that we are going to get that influx that coming in those positions that local investors are taking.
Now, the return so far for the index and indeed many of the stocks is indicative of confidence that has returned to the market, and of course not unconnected to a number of the policies that we've seen the federal government take, and removal of few subsidies, floating of the naira, etc. What else would you say is top of mind for investors as far as some of these policies are concerned going forward? Maybe around taxes, around inflation. What are the expectations?
Well, first we can say that we can be very certain that we have a pro-market government, and is ensuring that the policy direction is moving towards giving momentum into the market. I mean, I've often said recently that we can actually refer to this momentum as a guided momentum. The investor sentiment is moving in this direction because the economy is guided, into this space. So I see other policies that are coming in to ensure that this guidance is sustained, and it's also kept, in the direction that they have continued to do that. I mean, we should also put into consideration that policy execution, which I think will materialize when the minister's cabinet list, when the finance minister comes up. I think these things, coupled with the fiscal policy, will help to strengthen these current policies that have been put up on ground for the nation to, move forward economically.
Finally, what is your outlook for the coming trading week?
Well, I still see a bullish week. I still see how, which is also going to be highly, driven by the same policies that have driven it so far. I see continuity this coming week, and I see that the banking and the oil and gas sectors are still going to take on the lead.